Okay, welcome everybody back to Steve Talks Boxing X, STBX, where we talk real boxing with the real boxing fans. And this week's show, we're talking about this cracker of a fight, which is Naoya Inoue versus TJ Doheny on Tuesday lunchtime for us, daytime. Bit of a change. And I'm pleased to say joining me is Håkan Johansson. Thanks, Håkan. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Steve, for having me on the show again. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's great to have you on. Before I start, I'll talk about boxing fans, where we talk to real boxing fans. I don't think there's any bigger or committed boxing fan than yourself, to be honest with you. I'll just put that out there before we start.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
I appreciate it very much.
No, your commitment, your travel to come over to the UK for the fights is pretty awesome, to be honest with you.
Thanks.
No worries. Going back to the fight itself, fights in Japan, Håkan, are they good or are they bad?
I think they are very good.
Mm-hmm.
The card in Japan is always a couple of versatile title fights. The Inoue card and Nakatani card is the same. So
Mm-hmm.
I think the cards are very good in Japan.
Sure. You've been traveling to a lot of fights. Does Japan, is that on your bucket list to go?
It is. And I have Vegas has been on my bucket list, but maybe I have Japan more on the bucket list in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very expensive with flights to Japan and even hotels. So, but I know if you're going to a show in Vegas, the tickets are so expensive.
Mm.
So it is Vegas and Japan that are on my bucket list for boxing.
So one you have to save up for then.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. What would you say the fight atmosphere in Japan? We've seen a couple cards there, matchroom there. How would you describe the atmosphere there?
The matchroom card was the tournament that was at a small venue. You can't take that for these Inoue cards are so at the big venue, and the Japanese are there for the first fights, but they are not like UK fans drinking a lot and singing a lot. They are more polite, but I think it's good when they love boxing and wants to be early. You can see very early that they are they're almost full. So I think it's pretty good in Japan. Japan.
Yeah. Yes. Certainly, they got a mass following, and they love their boxing. A lot of respect as well for the fighters. Do you think we're going to see in a way fight in UK or anywhere else other than Japan anytime soon?
I don't think so now, but he fought. But he fought in Glasgow at the World Boxing Super Series in I think it was 2019. But it was they had a contract for World Boxing Super Series, and they had so it was different then. And so the fans in UK should have taken their chance to see him at the undercard fight for Josh Taylor.
Only if we knew, Håkan. Only if we knew about him, then I suppose we know about him now. But yeah, in hindsight, maybe. Yeah, I think, does he need to get fight out of Japan at the moment? Short answer, no, isn't it really? So he doesn't.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure.
And he fought a couple of times in the US, but I think it was more because of the pandemic.
Yeah, that's interesting. Is it true that this man, that Inoue, doesn't want to get hit by Liam Davies? And do you think we're going to see that fight anytime soon as well?
I think that there were been talk about Liam Davies, Naoya Inoue in Telford from some UK fans, and that was quite funny. I don't think it would even happen in the UK, not in Telford, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you never know. Telford could be in for a treat, maybe. I don't know. We could put it out there, so and see what happens. But do you think we're actually eventually going to get that fight, regardless of location? Do you think?
I think that fight could happen, but it will not happen in a year, and it depends if Inoue will move up in weight too.
Yeah, that's a good point to make. Looking back, we're going to rewind to December 22 when he knocked out Paul Butler. Did Butler do all right in hindsight in that fight, considering?
Yeah, I think I don't remember the fight that closely, but I think he did all right.
Yeah. A lot of people said he just went into survival mode, I think it was. And
yeah, maybe, but I think everyone does that against Inoue.
Yeah, that's but you're right in saying that. Looking back again to that first round as well, Inoue against Nery, he was floored in the first round, and I think he was shocked as pretty much as anyone else. Do you think that's anything to worry about?
No, I don't think so. Inoue, it came back straight after and dominated, and then knocked out Nery. So I don't think it's not a concern for Inoue.
Yeah, it does show though he can get hit and floored as well, doesn't it? So it could be opening it up to others, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe others. But I can't see any fighter in his division that could shock him, to be honest.
Sure.
Maybe if he jumps up a division, maybe.
Yeah. Then yeah, obviously when you jump weights, you question, do you carry that power, or you're up against someone with that natural weight, will you feel the punches more as well? So like you're right in saying, yeah, it depends on moving weights, doesn't it really? So with regards to that, Doheny is a former bantamweight title holder. Both his title victories, came against Japanese fighters as well. Forgive me for my pronunciation on these Japanese. I think it's Aizawa and Takahashi. Is that a good omen for him, do you think?
No, it could be. I don't think TJ has impressed him. He has fought some. His last fight after the Sam Goodman fight, when he lost on decision, clearly he hasn't fought the best of names, to be honest.
Yeah, even against, he's used to fighting Japanese fighters. He's used to beating them. Even in that respect, you don't think that would hold him in good stead?
For TJ, it could be that he has a confidence of beating Japanese fighters. But I think Inoue is on another level, to be honest.
Sure. And going back to TJ, he's 37 years old now. He's getting on a bit. You can see him in that picture. He looks pretty marked up there. Does he pose any threat in a way?
No, I don't think so.
No. Yeah. Too old?
When I'm looking at his last few fights after the Sam Goodman fight.
Yeah, sure. What, too old, do you think? Too worn?
Yes, I think so.
Sure. Is Inoue the best pound for pound fighter out there, Håkan?
I think that Inoue and Usyk for me is tied first.
Yeah.
So you have to see if Usyk wins the rematch against Fury. We have to, but I can't separate that as number one.
Yeah, they're both obviously awesome talents, beating great fighters as well. So yeah, I can see that with you. No Terence Crawford there after the last Madrigal fight. Then not a mention from Terence.
Yeah, I wasn't that impressed with Terence Crawford in that fight. So that's the reason why I have him as number 3 now.
Okay. Yeah, that's reasonable, isn't it? Really. TJ fights from a southpaw stance. Did you see this being a problem for Inoue?
I don't think so. I think that Inoue is like I said, on another level. I don't think southpaw stance will take him on deep water, or what we call it.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. So,
no, I don't think so.
No. Inoue is on his way of becoming a 2-weight undisputed champion. He's knocked out 8 of his last opponents. Do you think this fight's going to go the distance?
No, it will be an early stoppage, I think.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, I was going to say, how do you see the fight going? I don't want your prediction just yet, the exact prediction, but how do you see the fight going?
I think Inoue will take control from the first bell of the fight.
Yeah.
So I don't think TJ will survive for that many rounds.
Sure. Just a little hint I'm picking up here. You're not giving TJ any hope at all, are you? Just a slight hint. I'll take that as a no.
No, I think that most fans wanted to have MJ and or Sam Goodman. I think that TJ, a lot of fans has been disappointed with the choice of the opponent for this fight.
Yeah, I've seen a lot online as well, to be honest with you as well. So, but hopefully after this fight, well, I'll ask you a question a bit later. We will get the better fights, the bigger fights. Okay, prediction times, Håkan. How do you see the fight going? How's it going to end?
I think, like I said, that Inoue will take control from the first bell, and TJ will try to surviving mode right from the start, I think. And I think that Inoue will stop TJ in round 4, as early as round 4.
Yeah, it's a precise prediction. I like it. A 4th round stoppage then. Sure. With regards, I know we just spoke about this a couple of questions ago. Who would you like the winner to face next? Obviously, you're saying Inoue's going to win, but who would you like him to fight next?
I would like to see MJ, but I don't think it. I'm pretty sure that Inoue will fight Sam Goodman next in December.
Yeah. Okay. What, that's potentially lined up already? Do you know, or?
Yes, and Sam Goodman was at ringside at the last fight, but he wasn't up for this September fight and had another fight in Australia in his home Wollongong, and wanted to fight Inoue's next fight.
Yeah. So
of some reason, I don't know the reason for it, that he didn't want to fight Inoue in September. But what I've heard, that fight is lined up for December.
Yeah, that'd be a nice Christmas treat for Sky Sports, then, with Fury and Usyk as well. So it could be couple early nice Christmas presents for everyone out there to have that on Sky Sports as well. I assume Sky Sports will roll with it, being Top Rank as well. You mentioned the undercard as well. I'll be honest with you, Håkan, I don't know much about these fighters. You probably know more about them than me. We have, I think it's Taki defending his belt against the former flyweight champion Higer. How do you see that one going?
That's a great fight.
Okay.
And so I think it will the title holder. I can't remember his name now, but I think it will be a close fight. But I think that he not the former world champion, I think, will lose on a late stoppage.
Sure. We also have.
I think he has 9-0 and 8 KOs. The champion in going to the fight.
Yeah. So I don't know much to be honest with you about these Japanese fighters. Also have Barreto defending his WBO interim super lightweight against Japanese contender Hiraoka, I think it is. Again, sorry on that pronunciation there. How do you see that one going?
I think it will go to points, and I think the Japanese will win on a close decision. He will get the decision in Japan. I think Barroso need to dominate more, and I don't think he will dominate enough to get a decision on in Japan.
In Japan, yeah. Did I pronounce that right? Hiraoka. Is that right?
yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's good. Always, before we go, Håkan, always have some ending questions. It was announced last week, Beterbiev Bivol undercard announced. What do you think?
I have mixed feelings about the undercard.
Okay.
It's just one fight I see as a 50-50 fight on the undercard.
Yeah. What one's that one then?
It's a Wardley Clark rematch.
Yeah.
So the other fights on the card, I don't see them at 50-50. I see the other fights as a clear favorite in all other fights on the undercard.
Yeah.
And but there are some fights on the undercard that I think is too weak to have in Saudi, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would like to have them in the UK.
Yeah, stronger ones. Would you say that Wardley Clark rematch is the best fight on the card for you then?
Yes, I would say Wardley Clark is the best after we watched the first one.
Yeah.
So a clear my favorite on the undercard, clearly.
Yeah, sure. Did you? Just I know I noticed on X, Twitter, a few of the American fans were like, "What's this undercard about?" Obviously, it's heavy British fighters. You got the likes of Ben Whittaker, Chris Eubank Jr. as well. So obviously Wardley Clark. So do you think the Americans are not mega impressed Because I was quite happy with it, to be honest with you.
I think the Americans will just tune in for the main event, to be honest.
Yeah. So they're not bothered by the other fights at all, you don't think?
No, it depends if you're a casual or hardcore fan in the US. But I don't think even the hardcore fans will tune in for the early fights on the undercard.
I can understand that. Like I said, I was quite happy with that anyway, with that undercard. But that's about it for another week's show. Thanks, Håkan, for coming on again. Appreciate your time. What fight are you up next then in the UK?
I'm going to the UK in late September for the GBM Sports Show on September 27th, and waiting for news for the Matchroom Show at the same week.
And waiting, saying GMB do some great sporting events, don't they? So a big shout out to them guys as well. That they do some great smaller hall work as well, don't they, Håkan?
Yes, I have been. This will be my 4th GBM I'm going to. I like it shows a lot. 50-50 fights, and of course prospects too from GBM. But the 2-3 main fights on the card at the GBM are always like 50-50 fights.
Yeah, good cards. Yeah, good cards. And obviously, if anyone's out there interested, obviously look them up on X or the website as well for tickets. Thanks, Håkan, for your time. Really appreciate that. Obviously, support the channel you best you can with likes, subscriptions, and comments as well. See if you agree with Håkan with that round 4 prediction as well. So appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.